Hey, 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 gamers, and welcome in to another stream. We're back. We're back. Oh, but the game's not back, evidently. Why? It was on the starting soon. I don't know why it's not there. It was on the starting soon just fine. This is real weird. Anyway, fellas, welcome in. It's a nice crisp Sunday morning, I think. Unless my days are way off. Oh no, it's Sunday. It's Sunday. And yeah, as a lot of you may have heard, the Minecraft Legacy Console Edition source code leaked, along with a bunch of other stuff. Ooh, sorry, I'm getting used to doing these morning streams. You know. First one, I'm hoping to keep it. I don't know. We'll see how it turns out, because this is like, I've been having trouble keeping like a good sort of, what do you call it? Balance, I guess, day to day. Because moving was hectic, and then streaming is like a multi-hour commitment in my day, and you know that can be hard to keep up with. But for the most part, working out, and I've carved out a little portion of my morning from like 10 onward. So I'm hoping like I can take 10 to noon local time, which I guess most of my audience is ET, so that would be, oh gosh, that would either, what is that? Is that 8 to 10 or is that 1 to 3? It's something like that. It's something like that. But either way, these sort of midday streams, morning midday streams, I'm hoping to fall into. Hoping to have a good time with it. So yeah, that's what's been going on with me. I've just been completely neglecting to stream because I've been trying to establish sort of a balance, minute to minute, day to day, you know. And I think I finally got it. I think I can finally like full on return. I know. I think it's really silly. I've been like beating myself up a little bit on the basis of like, dude, I said I'd be back in January, and then I didn't come back because I figured, because the move started on January 5th. I figured by January 30th I would be settled enough to do a stream at least. But no. It took a little longer than that to get fully settled in. And then when I did stream in February, a few days late, I think it was like February 6th or something, I felt bad about that because I did that stream and it was kind of like an okay stream or whatever. And then, I did like my big, like, yeah, I'm back, I'm here. And I kind of just casually warmed my way back into it. And did like, I'm back, I'm coming for you, I'm ready to go, I'm raring to go. And then like genuinely just couldn't find the time. Like as in like could not find a space of time in any of my days that really sort of lined up well enough to be a stream day, you know? Jesus Christ, the music stopped and now I'm not going to be able to get a sentence out. But it's a good morning. It's a pretty solid morning, I think. And I think that like, because what I realized was I just gotta stream when I can, you know? And this is looking like, and it took a while for like when I can to become like viable in like a visible amount of time. But like now it's good. Now it's fine. Because this is when I can, you know, starting at 10, move it around, get it to noon. Hopefully do some 2-hour streams. Maybe I'll work back up to the 3-hour format. I kind of liked the 3-hour format with the 2 breaks on the hour. That's really good. Anyway, enough about like the technicalities of things. I just wanted to have a little spiel, have a little spiel at the beginning of stream about like, hey, here's where I've been, here's what I've been up to, here's what I'm doing, here's what I'm thinking. That's the next thing, is here's what I'm thinking. And here's what I'm thinking is that I'm thinking I kind of just want to come back casual. I want to see what I can do to just sort of, you know, get something off the ground. And having a like a feel awful about Fizzcraft. Oh jeez, I gotta log back onto Fizzcraft some more. I really just like, I'll talk more about Fizzcraft later. We don't have to get into the weeds of that right now. But I really just wanted something to do, and then this leak happened, and that gave me something to do. And I'm about a week late on reporting on it. I think maybe even 2 weeks. But yeah, here we are. For those completely uninitiated, and even later than I am to this, Minecraft Legacy Console Edition got leaked a couple weeks ago. The source code for it, and there was a Windows build in there, among other things. And so I wanted to check out this Legacy Console Windows build and see what's up. Start a little survival thing, see what's going on. I know you guys have watched me like chop wood, get tools, get coal, get iron, and then end stream like 50 fucking times. I'm aware of that. But this time we do it in a new version. And I don't know. There's something about Legacy Console Edition to me that like I don't have a ton of experience with it. I played a good bit of it as a kid, but it was not my primary version by far. You know? But like this is weirdly enough, as much as I like Java, I think Legacy Console is like as Minecraft gets. Frankly, I think that it's like just shooting Minecraft directly into your veins, you know. And the main thing about it, I think, is that I don't know, it has sort of this like washed out aesthetic about it that like really sits and really like works, in my opinion. But yeah, let's play some Minecraft, shall we? That'll at least give me something to talk. Sure, I'll accept that. Let me in. Do I have any worlds? Halo world, Mass Effect world, Skyrim world, and tutorial. That's a weird set to be in here on their own, I think. The tutorial world. What version of the tutorial world are they on, I think? What do you think? I guess we'll never know. Alright, so we'll name this one. Say, name this one. Okay, I'm not allowed to interact with the text box to name it. It just straight up can't do that. Let's set the difficulty to normal. Play on the standard textures, even though like the texture packs can be very alluring. Look at those. You know, there was a thing about this version that I thought was interesting. Or a thing about beta 1.7.3 that I found out recently that I think was pretty interesting, and that's that you know you can only change you can't change texture packs like on the fly in that version. Same as like some of the earlier console editions. Um, but I think it was more of an oversight over there than anything else. Just like well, you figure if you're gonna play on a world, you're gonna probably if you're gonna play on a world with a texture pack, you're probably gonna play with that texture pack. Yeah, I'm just not allowed to enter text. Weird. Oh, Q and E move these menus. Oh. Oh, that's weird. I've got a little... Here, hold on. Can I show this? I can. If I take the game away real quick and show you just my screen. Oh. Come on now. Take the screen. There we go. Come on. Does it only show it when it's like whatever? It gives me this this little text box. And I can enter box. Sure. World type large, sure. Not disable the autosave. Never disable the autosave. Okay. Well, now it stays. What the heck? There we go. And I'm gonna... Can't do the same to this text box, really? Not even if I... Okay. No amount of inputs will let me change it from new world, so I guess we exist in new world. Generate a world. Can we talk about real quick? I love that, like, Windows edition on the... Let me bring it back in the pause screen. The, like, big Windows edition on there is hilarious to me. Apparently some people think because of this leak. Wow, these controls are funky on mouse and keyboard. Real strange stuff. Is that on C? And inventory's on E. Crafting is also on R. Every other button on the keyboard set to craft? No. It's literally just C and R. Okay. So I've got like an up craft and a down craft. Alright, we'll see how loud this is. Maybe it's too loud, maybe it's too quiet. We'll find out. Watching the audio levels, don't worry. I guess we should start with chopping a tree. I guess we should knock down one. Throw it to the ground. Back up, throw it down again. Get down a couple. You know what? Get a couple of trees going. So I think I just really, like, the goal for this stream is that I want to get a house going. I want to get a little house moving. Put together something a little quaint. You know. I want to do some traveling. I want to see if we can see a corner of the world at least. 2 corners. I would like to see all the corners at some point. But just the 1 corner I'll have to do. Depending on time. Because we got a lot else to do. Because I want to get some, like, basic materials going. See, I don't know what they, like... This isn't going to be one of those, like, classic streams where somebody, like, complains and, like, yaks your ear off while they play an old version about how, oh, the new stuff sucks. Because I actually quite like the, oh, God, oh, get him, oh, get him. Jesus Christ, boys. Take that wool, though. Say, I'll take that wool, though, thank you. I don't even have to do any of the work. You guys are just going to get me a bed. They're not going to want to kill this one, huh? There we go. Oh no, they're killing another one anyway. Okay, well I gotta turn away. I can't observe this violence too much longer. Actually, no, I'll enact some of my own violence too again. I'm gonna need meat at some point. Those sheep did not drop any. But yeah, this isn't gonna be one of those streams where somebody like sits and complains about the game in like its current modern state the whole time. But I do just want to say that like I've been having a great time playing a little bit of this. I've played like a slight amount of this just to get it working on like Steam Deck. And from what I've played of it, you know, in combination with some recent playing of beta 1.7.3, I've managed to... Our pumpkins. Go get them. But like I've managed to notice a thing about the progression of the game. At some point, and I thought it would be earlier on, if I had to guess, when I was like hypothesizing this when I was playing beta. But I was playing beta and I noticed that like, man, it seems like I like the progression of this version a lot more because not Legacy but beta, because like it like allowed me so much more. Oh right, the pumpkins still have faces. It allowed me so much more like creative freedom on how I tackled progressing in the game. Whereas like, you know, the modern version has such like a clear through line of progression, and more importantly, the creeping up of that progression tree has made it so that like if you just want to get in and get something started and build a little house, you're going to be there a couple hours. Like you're going to be there like a few hours. But like if I wanted to like build a house, I could like get the materials right now in this version. Which I think is great. I could have, you know, it's a lot easier to like, I don't know, a lot easier to like upstart on this version, I think. And so, oh, when pigs fly, where'd the other one go? The third one. Oh, he already went down the hill. Dang, I was gonna knock him down too. You know, spent like half the stream throwing pigs off mountains. It was a good time. But oh yeah, about the progression. It's just that like I think the progression on modern Minecraft is so that like, you know, you can't really build anything super big unless you have like good tools to be able to like mine with, and be able to go out and like bulk get resources and like handle getting more, and you know maybe even an elytra to get you through like the very basic bits and pieces, you know, or not the very basic, but the very like tall bits and pieces, or heck, a happy gas now, I guess, because those exist. Um, but like still, that's still like go to the Nether before you can build like a tall structure. In this version, you build it, you go do it. You dirt scaffold, you make it work because it's the only way to make it work. I think is what's so great about it because it's not even. Well, I guess it is easier because they do make it. Oh, look at. I keep trying to zoom. That's what that is. I keep pressing C to like activate my zoom, and I keep getting a crafting menu. But look at that mountain over there. That's really something. Um, but these versions make it so much easier to just get off your feet. Like stone tools can do a lot more for you than they normally would be able to in current game, etc., etc. Things like that. It's the hardness of blocks is adjusted so in such a way that like, you know, Minecraft is a game you can just pick up and put down. It's not a game that's like a 2 week grind and then you can be endlessly creative with it. And to be fair, like to the modern version, that does blow the doors wide open. That blows that shit clean off. Wow, dude. Brain generation, man. But like once you get there, but like getting there like bogs me down so much that I oh man. Just so much to do. But in this version, I find it like, oh wow, dude, look at that. Look at that. That's a nice looking little mountain piece. I don't know that I want to go up in there, but yeah, you know what? Where's the sun at? The sun's not headed down yet. Let's keep moving. We'll find somewhere to rest up for the night. Oh, a much better cave, hopefully. Better because it's closer to the ground. Closer to the ground. Ugh, got water right here. But what's this thing? Oh yeah, the progression, right? The progression thing. And I thought that line of like where the originally, like I said, I originally had that little hypothesis when I was playing beta, and then I was like, yeah, that line must be somewhere around release, right? And honestly, the more I play, the more I realize, no, that line is like 1.12 is about where that like really got started. Like they put the elytra in the game, and like that was like the beginning of the end, honestly. For I got a map. I keep forgetting to start with a map. I saw it at the beginning, but oh, we're at the top of the map. Huh. Guess it's where you want to be, huh? To use these crafting menus. In fact, can I turn on classic crafting? No, then it would just be normal Minecraft. Where's the fun in that? But these are like kind of difficult to navigate mouse and keyboard. I have to get the like arrow keys involved. This isn't on WASD. This is on left, right, up, down. And Q and E do that. Sure, and then left click is confirm. So I'm having to like navigate with one hand. This is okay. So I might do classic crafting. Let's go see if that's any better. Oh, I heard that. Yeah, man, I hear you. I don't know where you're at, but I hear you. Oh, if I that work? No, that's making more planks. I thought that worked. Yeah, otherwise I'm gonna be making so much shit completely accidentally because I'm trying to like click on the UI. Let me go ahead and fix this. Control. Settings. UI. No. Options. Oh, not quite. I don't have classic crafting? Am I just gonna have to get used to it? Ah, really? That's like, I mean, I can do that. I can get used to it. I can't believe that. That's crazy. That's insane work. I'll just have to get used to navigating the thing. Maybe I'll bring a controller in next time. I just don't have one in my setup currently. That's alright, we can play this mouse and keyboard for the most. It's literally just the crafting menu. I'm just gonna have to lock in to navigate crafting menus. Which I think will be pretty funny. But, yeah, no, I've mined coal like a million times. Like on stream. Like I'm the worst about like, yeah, let me start a new world. Let me get a new world going. That'll be great. That'll be awesome. And then like I sit down, I play it, and then like I stream it once or twice, and then like fall out of love with it occasionally when it comes to single player. I'm such like a multiplayer Minecraft guy that like when I play a single player world for like any real amount of time, like usually I get up to the point of like building a big project, and then right after I get to that point, I end up... I'll just sleep out here. Sleep outside. Take a little slumber. But I end up in a position where it's like, man, I don't know if I really want to build this. Nobody will ever see it. You know? I don't have anybody to share it with. That's a huge thing for me in this game. I like to be able to go like, look what I did. And then look over and go like, oh, look what you did. You know? And like see somebody else's like awesome work across the way or whatever. And that's what I've been loving about Fizzcraft. Every time I log in, granted I log in like once a month and that's why, but like every time I log in there's like heaps of new shit to look at. And I'm just kind of like, it just makes me solemn. That's the only reason that I don't really play on Fizzcraft as much as I should. I said I'd talk about Fizzcraft, so let's talk about Fizzcraft. It's just because like, again, with the move and everything, like I stopped playing in like October because of that, and then like I didn't really get back in fully, and now there are like talks about the season ending soon, and I don't know, sometimes I feel like I let everybody down on that. Like I got like a special like we want you kind of invite to that, and then I proceeded to like flake pretty hard. But, like, honestly, I just, like, I moved, and I lost motivation for it because, like, it seems like I, like, fell out of sync and, like, missed a lot of the social opportunities provided in the group. And it felt like, you know, felt like kind of an outsider a little bit. Not that I feel like an outsider, I just feel like I need to make more of an effort to socialize in that group. And I feel like I missed some of the early opportunities, too, and it's like, oh, man. And I can't lie to you and say that, like, half of my brain hasn't been on some, like, oh, well, that's okay. I can just pick it back up again in Season 2. And, damn it. There we go. Nope. Need one of these. Thank you. Honestly, like, I really do want to log in and finish the projects, but I never really got a design nailed down for, like, our big, like, library thing that we're doing. 100%. So, like... gotta design a build, I gotta finish some terraforming, I gotta do like 90% of what is to be done during a season that I just didn't get to. For one reason or the other. Well, one reason, primarily. Why can't I make these? Oh, I don't have any sticks. That would do it. See what I mean? I'm really having to lock in here to not screw up these menus. There we go. That'll light the cave for me. And actually, can I don't have enough cobble for that. Let me get enough cobblestone real quick. Be able to make myself a little burn eye action. But no, yeah, that's the thing about Fizzcraft for me is like I've been worried about missing out, you know. But you know, so instead of doing that today, I started something new. I was gonna go to that llama ball or whatever, or what have you, but I didn't have time to make a skin. And then I was like, well, maybe I could take the time to make a skin, and then it got canned. Like the social event just got canceled, so I didn't get to go. Which is fine. I don't, you know. Obviously, everybody who organized it was more bummed than I was about it being canned. You know, so I don't want to pretend like, oh man, and then I was gonna go, I was finally gonna show up, and then they canceled it. No. It was like genuinely like a last minute. I was like, well, I could go to that, and then like I have the time, so let's do it. rev up and go to that, and then it got canceled. Maybe it'll get moved. Maybe they'll still do it. Who knows? But you know, I don't know. But to cut a long story short, tape doesn't go nowhere. But to cut a long story short, I don't know. BizCraft feels like missed opportunities to me, and I want to take the second season if they'll have me, really, because like I wouldn't be shocked to hear like, no man, we don't want you back. You showed up, you barely hung out, and then you left. We're not gonna invite you to season 2 to be another like bum player, you know. But no, they're a bunch of nice guys. I highly doubt they would ever do that to me. But you know, I'm hoping to make up for lost time on season 2. I'm hoping that, you know, nobody's like secretly mad at me for like just kind of ditching in the middle. But genuinely, I had to move across the country at the end of last year, start of this year. So like, I straight up didn't have the time. And then by the time I had the time, I just like didn't know how to pick up where I left off, which is a damn shame. But you know, we make do. We get by. Either way, though, in the background while I've been talking about that, we've been making some nice mining progress, getting some coal going, getting some food going in the furnace, which is just in time too, because I'm like about to start starving soon. So that's kind of a necessity at this juncture. My other pickaxe. Oh, there's my other pickaxe. Okay, I was gonna go back and make one. Make another stone pickaxe with a perfectly good one in my hotbar, full visibility. I don't know, how do we feel, Chet, about like the raised hotbar thing? Because I kind of dig it. I kind of like the way it looks. I don't know, I just, like I said earlier, this version feels so Minecraft to me. Like everything it does feels very... Oh, here I go starving. Feels very on point stylistically for Minecraft, even if it's something that this version did. It feels like, you know, 4J really understood the spirit of the game at the time they were making it. Oh, look at that little crack into the sky there. That's majestic. I don't know. I have a deep affection for this game, as it was, and I'm starting to learn that I have less of an affection for it as it currently is. You know, in terms of like 1.21.6 or whatever they're on, 1.22, I guess, coming up. But, yeah, that stuff's not for me, but this most certainly is for me. Where is that other portion of cave I was in? I was finding cool shit, and then... Ah! Here we go. Whoa, skeleton. Skeleton! Let me run back to my hole. He won't follow me out, I think. Unless he will, and then that'll be egg on my face in a moment. Well, no, I'm in good health. I got food. Just in case, let's get a weapon going. Get to organize my hotbar going. How about that? Get that there, that there, that there, that there. And that there. There we go. Now we've got like something that I can look at for more than 2 seconds as a hotbar. I'll go ahead and grab my crafting table too. But yeah, I think a lot of like what makes this so like condensed Minecraft to me that I like completely forgot about until I picked it back up. This version just like absolutely like blasts music. It just has Minecraft music going like at all times. It like turns the situational like frequency up for it to like 1 billion. Oh, there's more than one. Oop-ha. Dude, oh, skeletons without a shield. I forgot how much of like a menace skeletons used to be before they were like counterable. Because they're not awesome shots, but I remember a point a little after the release of the game, like, and I mean a little bit, like maybe 1.2, where skeletons just got really good at being able to shoot. Like, they just got buffed into being, like, super snipers, and like, dude, they were a scourge for like an update or two till it was fixed. It was crazy work. But yeah, no, I guess we keep pushing. I guess we keep exploring. See what we can find. Oh, let me get the map out. Oh, I'm at the top of the map. What happens if I go off map? Over in this direction here. All in the water. See what I mean? The music like just stopped and it's back. Like just that fast. There's like always some kind of like musical accompaniment. So I was talking with Jed somewhat recently about console edition, and he was like, yeah, I used to have a bunch of nostalgia for it, and then I worked nonstop for like a month on console craft and making sure everything was right on console craft. And like now I don't have as much nostalgia for it, like not nearly. And that was a good few months ago. That was like 6 months to a year after console craft ended. So like that's like been like 6-ish months ago now, if not more. That was forever ago. I hear they're planning another one. It's a shame I can't be a part of that. Kind of fell out with that group, and I'm kind of like happy about it. Like I'm not happy I'm not hanging out with those people anymore, but like I don't know. Like I don't want to badmouth anybody. They're like all pretty like good creatives. But I found that like the whole Minecraft roleplay thing like, straight up wasn't for me. Wasn't for me as far as I'm concerned. But honestly, sometimes I do miss it. I do miss having like a running narrative on stream. That was pretty nice. I've been hearing rumblings and talks of people who I want to take a little nap at the top of this mountain. What I'm headed up to do. I just thought it would be a nice place to sleep and observe the world around me. Look at that. But I've been hearing talks from people on social media discussing the idea of like Minecraft roleplay just kind of being like Minecraft roleplay, but in more of like a structured D&D sort of way. And I've always found that to be an interesting concept, so I'm hoping something comes of that. There was this TikToker who like, oh wow, look at that! Oh my god, does it go all the way? Holy cow, that would be a build and a half to like. Could you imagine a path running from like I don't know, maybe say like down there, up, and it twists, comes across the rocks into a staircase, up the path to like a house on the top of the mountain, like a fortress of some kind. That'd be pretty dope. Thing. Maybe like an observatory, even. Yeah, I've been seeing some interesting observatory related builds lately, so I think I might want to take my own crack at it. And where better than on top of a mountain at like the height of the world. Now I don't know what how close we are to build height when we like hit the clouds on this version, but clouds are usually my marker of like, watch out. Oh, look at what the lighting errors do. It sucks. Modern Minecraft doesn't experience these sort of lighting errors anymore, which is a good thing. Which is a good thing. Don't get me wrong. But like, you don't get stuff that looks like this anymore. Like, it creates such like a contrast, and you don't get like terrain like this anymore specifically, and that's more of the leading factor. But I'd argue these like huge sweeping overhangs of like perfect darkness, where like that's kind of where it's at, for me. Vox stream, yeah, Vox stream, man. Chill little morning Vox stream. What's up, Chube? How you doing? Oh, it doesn't go all the way around. It breaks. Okay, so it kind of comes down into the valley here. Very strange. I bet I could land bridge this if we spend enough time here. That I would actually want to do that. Seeing True Legacy Edition is so strange to me. Yeah, have you touched any of this leak? Because it's pretty fun. It's a pretty good time. From what little I've been looking around it, it's a big walk down memory lane. I think. Weird. It's not quite as like the fog is doing a lot of it, but it's not quite as like gamma like washed out as I remember the game being. Maybe I just played at like absurd brightnesses. But like, wow, that doesn't. Oh, this section doesn't look anything like it looked from that side. That's a shame. This mountain range is real interesting. I haven't tried it out yet. Yeah. Well, you should. It's a good time. I mean, be careful though. I hear like there's like spyware going around in some of these ports. I hope I didn't install spyware when I went out of my way to try to find one that I could be sure wasn't spyware before I got started. But you never know. I remember the crazy gamma settings. Yeah. I don't know. It's so. I just feel like 4J really like understood at least what I understood to be Minecraft. Maybe like obviously like modern versions have kind of deviated from this sort of aesthetic. Um but like I don't know, I find that like console edition like always comes off to me as like yeah, that's like primo. Do I have any dirt? I've got no dirt. Tell you what I'll do. I'll tell you what I'll do. We'll do a little build. Have a little build time. Only got 2? Oh, I can just walk around it. I am gonna do a little build time here. Don't worry, I'll come back. I gotta go grab more wood though. You see what I mean? It's so easy. This is what I was talking about earlier. It's so easy to just get a project off the ground. Because what I'm thinking is I'm gonna take some logs, I'm gonna make a little log bridge, I'm gonna put a little stump either here or there. Like indicate a little falling tree action. Get some leaves going too, maybe. I've got the iron for it, I just don't have it cooked. Ooh, that'd be dope. Leave a little mark on the world, shall we? Take a little moment to do that. But yeah, I went for hopefully no spyware. Not a virus, I promise. Minecraft.exe. Alright. I'm starving to death. I am so the worst about that. That's one thing that is not version specific. I don't think I'll ever come across a time where I'm not completely biffing it as far as like paying attention to my hunger goes. I am the absolute worst about that. Oh god, time to lock in to navigate these craft menus with like Q and E and shit. Let's go. Some of that. And then I need an axe. I don't have enough. That's okay. That's like a 3 cobble trip. So that's right down here. Pop down and... Ooh. But yeah, I don't know what it is about older Minecraft terrain. I think that the decisions they've made with the terrain are pretty cool. Like I don't disparage them at all. I think they're great in their own way, but classic Minecraft terrain, like what you would picture when you picture Minecraft terrain in your head, at least for me, is like this, like these like stark cliffs and like holes in them. Ooh, that's a pretty interesting hole in one. There we go. I got the cobble I needed. Go see if we can get this show on the road. As far as this, or this show on the log, I guess. But like, I don't know. There's not a single like this. Like, tell me you can't just stare at that for like hours, dude. Holy hell! What a like a beautiful view. Because like. Oh wow, that was abrupt. It's like I don't know. It's just so like interesting and like abstract and like stunning to me. Like I am consistently floored by the things that this game will randomly generate. And that goes for modern versions too, but like I find that modern versions sway in the direction of more like semi-realistic terrain. Like obviously it's still sort of like you've got like amplified hills and things and like stuff like that, but they tried to like sort of level it out a little bit, which I can appreciate because like the downshot of this is like there's nowhere to build in this mountain range. If you wanted to be on top of a mountain, you're gonna have to like level out a bit of mountain. Oh shit, prepare to be like flashbanged. Whoa. Okay. Let's get this iron cooking. Get some shears going. Trees cut down. and we'll get some leaves. Thank goodness, no fast leaf decay. I didn't think about that before I cut it down. The modern this is what I picture. The modern amplified terrain gives similar vibes. Yeah, like the amplified terrain is pretty good, and I dig it. And I dig modern terrain a lot too, because genuinely it is a good bit easier to like find a good flat spot to settle in when it comes to modern terrain. But I don't know, there's just something magic about classic Minecraft terrain. Why is it? We break like 2 or 3 at a time and then halt. That's strange. Maybe a couple more of those. There we go. That's about a tree's worth of leaves, I think. I'm gonna leave that to smelt while I go down the hill a ways and get that stump established. Can you even do sideways logs in this version? I'm about to like have big egg on my face as far as like building this thing is concerned. If you can't do sideways logs, I'm gonna look real silly. Let's see, let's find out real quick. Yep, okay, good. Oh, I thought so. I was just like real concerned that was gonna be a no. 3, 4, 5, 6. Kind of a tall tree. That's okay. I think we can add a little. I think it makes more sense because of the like higher elevation. I think it makes more sense that it came from over this way, a ways. You know, like for some reason I see it like stump here, tree falls. Can I get like a? What if I? Well, that looks silly. That's not what I meant to do at all. What if I give it like sort of a divorced little like double section here and I like split it? And then it looks like it did fall. Because like I think like 1, 2, 3, 4. I think like the 6 blocks to here is kind of a huge fall for that tree. But like if it were like a 2 block over fall and then it like sort of just ended up splitting on this. Oh wow, was that not? It's not over any ground. Let me fix that. I just put a dirt block there. That ought to solve my little problem there. Before I can solve that problem, let me get a bed down. See if we can't sleep through the night here. But yeah, it's so easy to just like crack out a little build project, you know, with like just a couple of stone tools and what have you. I found that like I never really grew out of that. Personally, I start a Minecraft world and I want something to be attached to pretty immediately, and so like I go in, I go, man, I want to build something. Let's put something there. Let's slap it down, you know. And I found that like as the scale of the game sort of updated and got more, take away from this naturally, leave it in a more natural state. Yeah, I could believe that. But like. Oh, right. I find that, like, the scale of these sorts of things ends up being a little, the scale, as like, the game updated, the scale of builds, you know, of what was, like, yeah, let's just put a little something here, you know, ended up being, like, more and more over time. Now, how do I don't think I've ever done leaves on a fallen tree before. Like, call me crazy, but that's one that I've never really accomplished. So I'm gonna have to play around a good bit with the shapes. I don't think there should be one, like, way on the bottom down there, but... So let me see if I can get a look at it from the bottom. So I'm gonna see if I can like fill that valley with some leaves, maybe, and then like then it'll make sense, I think. I want to keep. I would put more here, but I want to keep this sort of the fallen log thing. Like I want to keep the like log bridge usable, you know? And so I don't want to completely overdo it here. Maybe I'll put a slab in between. It's like chipped, but it's not fallen yet. So that we have something to like functionally step here on. I'll see what I think when I get it like done. Because a little jump is no big deal for like the decorativeness of like, oh yeah, here you go. Fallen tree. Because I think this is really quaint. I'm enjoying this quite a bit. Oh no, there's none that like, oh no, that one. That one sort of wraps around a dirt block a little. I think I could handle that, honestly. I think if I just put a little bushwork down here. And I had a couple less leaves than I thought I would have. Let's view that from up there, and we'll see how it came across. I might have to beef that just a little bit. But yeah, the modern amplified terrain is real good. But it almost feels like, you know, trying to fit a square peg in a round hole to me. Where it's like, you know, amplified hills appearing in like a standard world is whatever. But choosing amplified terrain, I find that I always choose amplified terrain to try and get like this sort of a look. And I do. But it sort of ends up feeling like pushing a square peg in a round hole to me, you know? It's never quite right, in my opinion. You know, it's never quite what I'm looking for, but I'm such like a classic Minecraft head when it comes to this sort of thing. Like I'm so weird about it. Let's see, can I make some buttons? So maybe I can decorate with some wooden buttons. Console edition's never seen decoration like this, dude. I'm breaking out the buttons. Give me a couple of these buttons. There we go. How many did I just craft? 3? Okay. That's what I thought. I was real worried. They don't go on the floor. They can go here, but they can't go there. Oh. No wonder Legacy Console Edition's never seen decor like this, dude. No wonder, because you can't do it. Here, here's what I'm gonna do, though. I'm gonna try and, like, take a couple of these out. We're gonna view it from, like, one angle for a minute. And I'm gonna see what I can do to plant some roots for that tree. Some, like, nice, thick roots. To show, like, why did the stump not just come with it, you know? I don't know if I... Like, that's kind of just a little stark against the floor there. I guess I could do some fence work. I could include some fences in it, and that would probably help. I'm still not happy with, like, the pitiful amount of leaves down there, so I'm gonna go, like... I'm gonna go shave a tree, I think. The stump makes it believable? Yeah, the stump helps it along, I think. I'm hopeful that that'll work out. I really don't want to neuter this big tree up here. Let's see. Are there any other trees around? There's some swamp trees down that way that I could grab hold of, but that's kind of a long way to travel for plant a couple trees, you know. Oh my god, look at that. That's just quaint. Wow. That's like idyllic survival island territory over there. That's crazy. Still not, like, there's only one tree though, so still not quite what I'm looking for. But let's see what we can do to get another one going. Oh yeah, I gotta use my map, right? Ah, tree. There we go. I'll cut it down. I'll plant a new one. I got the saplings, right? Yeah. Yeah, I got saplings. Crafted those buttons for nothing, dude. What a shame. That'll be alright. I'll find a use for them. Put a little redstone door or something later. You know, that's the thing. I don't think... No, there have been a couple times. I don't think I've ever, like, built alone, really, for the most part, and given much credence to, like, the piston door, you know? So rarely is, like, a piston door warranted. Maybe I'm just not a big redstone guy, But like, so rarely do I think to break out the piston door. I do it for like vaults, but like that's like it. That's like the one occasion where I'm like able to like break out a good piston door. And even then, I usually like if the opportunity arises, I usually let Jed do it. He's much more of a okay, don't jump off of that. Much more of a redstone guy. My fallen tree. It is looking quite good. I'm kind of fond of it. I'm hoping that I stay that way and I don't become disillusioned with the tree. Did I plant that other one? No. Doesn't look like it. Oh well. I'll plant some trees up here and we'll have some trees up here. I don't want to deforest the whole world. So if I give it a couple more trees in this area, it should look more natural than like, yo, why is a tree here? You know, why is there one tree here conveniently that fell? Gives it a lot more believability. Definitely would have built on that island in 2014. That's what I'm saying. I would have been all over that. Oh. Where's my crafting table? Where did I put it? I put it up the mountain. Have I been hiking up and down the mountain absent-mindedly to my crafting table instead of just bringing it down to the project or making a new one? I guess I could make a new one. I'm not super far along, so I don't really have the resources to make a new one, but I suppose I could. I think they're in this valley over here. Ah, here we go. Oh, right, I left it because the furnace was cooking. Right. Let's see what I can do to take these down. Bring them back to me. Because clearly I need them. Wow, that's like rattling in my headphones. Not like rattling, but like the sound is like resonating. And there's something so distinct. That's another thing. There's something so distinct about the console edition's music. Like it's so loud and it's got so much like bass in it, and it's like so resonant that I swear there are instruments that I hear in like the console edition versions that like I never like can pick out in the Java versions. Like maybe the mixing is different. I don't know, but whatever it is, they've done something to the music. Maybe they just cranked it. Maybe I just don't really pay attention to the music unless it's cranked. There's a skeleton down here. I'm gonna have to be careful. Don't mind me, buddy. Just a forestation crew. Do one of those and give it a couple of these. Just sort of spread the leaves. And then I might grow some vines off the side of that too, honestly. Give it one of those. Couple of these. Then sort of bulk out this main mass here. And there we go. Should be enough. Want to get out of there. Put a little stepping stone in. Alrighty. Let's head up, get some sleep by our fallen tree, and we'll take a good look at it in the morning, see if it needs anything else. Really would have loved to put those buttons on it. Oh, right. The slab that I was going to put on there. Maybe I'll still do that. Find out. Might put a stair in a slab. Make it sort of an angular dealy. I don't know. That might look a little too man-made if I start doing that. We'll throw the slab on. We'll see how it looks with the slab, and if it looks good with the slab, then we can incorporate a stair, and then if it looks bad with the stair, we can just take it back out. No problemo. Me. Good slabs so far down the menu. 6? Oh boy, okay. What if I do 2 then? What if I have like a... That does not look good. That looks like a plank block got stuck. He looks trapped, dude. Okay, take this one out. It's not as bad. I think it would do better to be spruce. I think I can leave it for now, just for, like, usability of the path. But, like, I think it would be better as a spruce than it would be. It would sort of blend in with the, like, log texture a little bit better. I don't hate the fallen tree as like a day one build. You know, just screwing around in this version. I don't hate the fallen tree as a look. All right. So let's go somewhere else now. We've left our little mark on the world, just as expected. Toward the top of the map. Let's keep navigating on this way. So I think if we go this way, we'll hit that little island again over the hill. I might build over there actually. Might take a little survival island moment. The rest of the stream's been like a weird little nostalgia tour. Why not go and end up somewhere a little more nostalgic and throw down a house on an island, huh? Be fun. Oh god, and it is perfect. It is just absolutely a stunning little piece of land. Put a little boat dock in, put a little house, little tower or something. Little lighthouse? I build lighthouses all the time though, so I don't know about that. But little house of some kind. I don't know, for some reason when I go to build things, my like first instinct is like a house, somewhere to lay my head, put a mine down. And then like there's like next up is always like a windmill or a lighthouse or some other like watchtower, like some kind of tall all the time. Like I don't know, I'm a sucker for that kind of a build. Something that sort of just spirals up and up and up and up. There it is on the map. Our little piece of paradise. Surrounded by other little pieces. I've kind of gotten spoiled. I've been playing with the Voxy mod a lot. On Java Edition. And I've kind of like spoiled myself for choice as far as things like that are concerned, or as far as render distance is concerned, because like, wow, you can't see a darn thing out there. That's crazy. All right. Well, here we are on our little plot of land, which looks to be mostly water. Now that I look at it, but that's interesting. That's interesting. Let's cut us a tree. Let's cut us another tree. See what we can do to get a real schmoove on. But no, yeah, I've been gone so long on and off. It genuinely just comes down to, like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, like I've just been losing steam and then picking back up. I picked back up in February, and then like I got real hype about the idea of streaming and getting back to it. And then in that time, I genuinely just could not find any days or like any time of day, just because like for moving, my schedule got flipped like upside down. So like I've had like sort of encroach on this a little bit. I've had like almost no time to like stream, and so I'm hoping this will present me with the opportunity to stream at this time slot. It's a nice midday time slot. It's helping me get my mind going. It's helping me like really settle in here. Okay. Now the question is, do I start with a house? And if I do start on the house, where should I start on that? It's got to be kind of small, I think. Like, I don't think I could house too big. Because once you start housing big, you run out of island real fast. Let me lay down some supports, and we'll find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Blank. That's a 6. It had to be 7, 8, I think. All right, and then do I have room to go 8 out also? get us a square to work from. 2, 3. Oh no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I do 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 8. And there we go. We got a little square. I don't know how I'm gonna iterate on this square. I think if I put together like a cozy little starter house here, then I can really get something nice out of it. Let me see what I can do. I think if we do this as a square, it's gonna look a little funky. But what if I do my favorite trick in the book and put a little porch on it? But then little supported front end. Or alternatively, I can close it in, make it a little entryway area, and then stack it up. Oh, that looks like this. Oh man, I put the layout down for my Fizzcraft house. That's how like commonly I build like this. I end up copying myself a lot of the time. You know what? Let's just do a square house. Let's make it a square. I think that would mostly just I think that would look really cute on this little island to have like a little petite house. That'd be great. 3, 4, 5. What happens? I do. Go ahead and see what we can do about planting those. Get us something going. We've got way more wood across the way, if that's concern. And then we've got caves galore on this side. Like these mountain ranges are like Swiss cheese over here. I love me some Swiss cheese. At least for caving reasons. Oop. It could stand to be a block or two shorter, I think. Oh, come on. Do we have any dirt? No, but I got planks. I can get up there. Up, up, up. And back down. I've been trying to break out of my usual build format lately. Same. It's so hard though. It's so hard to like go against like because the ideas kind of just flow out naturally one way, but like if I try to like steer them, they sort of go a little squirrely. It's hard to hone in a new style. Is the trouble? Get something going. I'm trying to do like very quaint, basic Minecraft here. But I'm trying to see what I can do to throw a twist on it. Hopefully I can be trusted to handle that. But it's also fun. It's also like a really good time to like sort of break out of your comfort zone and see what you can create, you know? Because I don't know, I find some of my best work comes that way. But with Minecraft specifically, I have a hard time with it because like, dude, I need a house. I need somewhere to live before I can get started. So a lot of my starter houses, I end up usually like, screw it. I'll just fall back into it, and then the rest of it I'll build different. I promise. And then there it goes, you know. Gosh, okay, boats. Oh no, it's old boats, isn't it? It's old boats, huh? Dang, man, come on. I'll never be able to recover from this. Oh shoot, and it's getting dark. Should have picked a better time to come out here. Okay, we can get some birch going too, though. This is a dense little bit of forest over here. Cave noise. Cut down some trees. But yeah, stepping out of your comfort zone is a good time with Minecraft builds. It's just hard to like wrench away, you know, because it feels like I have to like heavily re-steer myself toward, you know, new stuff. seek out new inspirations. I don't think it'll be as much of a problem for me lately because I've taken such like a weird gap from Minecraft. Like usually I play Minecraft like in like 3 month stints, and then when those 3 months are up, I'll stop and I'll play something else for like a month or so, and then I'll take whatever like inspiration I have from that new thing back to Minecraft. You know, um, yeah, okay, I have my bed on me, so we can take a sleep right here by the ocean side. Oh, look at that moon set or moon rise. Be a sunrise now. Ooh, even better. Even better. All right, let's head over there. Do what we can do. And of course, the trees I planted grew up while I was gone. Wonderful. But no, yeah, I play in like 3 month stints. I go off for like a few weeks to a month. I generate some inspiration for some new builds based on like whatever it is I'm working on now, or whatever it is I was playing in that gap time. And then I'll come back to Minecraft and I'll kind of like tinker away at it and see what I can do. And so like applying to my normal cycle, I haven't really been playing Minecraft all that much for like 3 or 4 months, and in that time I've gone to a couple museums. I've gone to like I've crossed the country and like gotten the like pleasure of staring out a passenger window for most of that time and just sort of admiring the views and things. And so like I'm like absolutely like teeming with like stuff to do, and like all my current projects are so me 6 months ago that like I'm having trouble falling back into the flow and like picking up where I left off for like content reasons. But I'm hopeful that I'll be able to really bring it back. Now normally I'd bring the wall in one and have these supports on the outside. We'll see what I can do to make it look good without doing that though, because I think I want to throw like an A-frame roof on it. And I don't want to throw anything off with the A-frame, because if you have, I found that if you have like a lip and then an A-frame over the lip, it creates like a too wide lip, and it's kind of odd. Maybe a flat roof is the way to go. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see when we get there. In the meantime, though, I think that we should take a little mining trip, because we need a couple of things, namely a lot of cobble. Let's go ahead and get these two settled here. Actually, no. I want stone bricks. I so rarely use stone bricks for one reason or another. I love the stone brick texture, and I think it's so indicative of this game, you know? Oh, a chest. That's what I need. Or I could get over to it and not confirm it. Make a double chest. And let's tuck away things like these leaves and... Oh, here. Quick. Cook some of that. And these pumpkins, and that stuff, and... just basically everything that I'm not going to need to go mining with. I don't want to lose my map either, so... Can't set my respawn point, right? I'd have to wait around till night for that. That's a shame. I'll bring these with me. I might need them. Might be an odd thing that comes in handy later. When I start hitting creative roadblocks, the thing that helps me most is getting out and taking a break from Minecraft. My industrial build experiments were mostly inspired by my break from content and a trip to Boston. Yeah, I took a trip to Boston, came back. Could only build industrial shit. But no, that's dope, though. All seriousness, I'm doing a bit, but like, all seriousness, though, that is dope. It's always nice to have like a real-world inspiration. I find, like, going to different cities and like seeing things. Like, I think the most impactful thing I saw that like I really want to try and replicate in a Minecraft build while I was out was, or while we were like driving across the country, is we passed through Houston a little bit, and Houston's like highway system, Texas highways in general, but like Houston specifically had like a jungle, like an absolute like jungle. You look up and like it is nothing but like, why was I hitting him with an axe? I have a sword. But who used to new versions? Houston had like you could look up out the windshield or out the windows, and you would not be able to see the sky for the amount of like overlapping like highways and things. And that's got me really into like wanting to build like transit systems and things. And I think that could be a really interesting detour. But no, yeah. Highway of Nightmares in Houston, yeah. No, it is like, don't get me wrong, like as like, whoa, that's really cool as it was to like look at, it was a nightmare to like actually navigate through. Just a complete mess. We, oh, funny thing about Houston. That's the, in Houston, we also, driving through Houston, we also, this guy was, like, driving, and his, like, in, like, the lane next to us, a little ahead, and his tire was, like, wobbling, like it was going to, like, fly off at us. Like, it was scary. It got dangerous out there quick. The effects of Boston on the sane mind. But no, yeah, I was just talking about, I think, though, the thing that inspires me, like, most often in Minecraft is, like, multiplayer. Like, I have such a hard time maintaining a single-player world for any amount of time. Because I, like, not that I lose inspiration, but, like, I lose the wherewithal to play if, like, there's nobody around to see it, you know? Tree falls in a wood style. And so it's like, you know, and not to mention that like my main sources of inspiration end up being just looking at other people's builds on like servers and like taking like a little stroll around the server. And Fizzcraft is awesome for that, I have to say, because like every time I log in, there's so much more. There's so much more. And granted, you know, it's like, again, like I said earlier, it's like once a month that I log into Fizzcraft, but like, unfortunately, I wish I could put more into it. I just, the projects I'm working on and the way I'm working on them, and like I basically like keep walking into like a workshop of dusty tools I put down like 6 months ago and going like, oh, where did I leave off? What was I trying to accomplish here? We'll find out. And then like stumbling through it, and so like I've really like hit a wall there. I'm trying though. I'm working on like designs in creative worlds. I'm really knocking stuff through. But like Fizzcraft is an awesome inspiration point for like, wow, look at that. Like just being able to stop and take a look at builds and like really appreciate them. Oh god, snuck right up on me, dude. Let me sneak over and eat some food. The multiplayer is like a huge bearing for keeping me like active in the game. Like that's what like, if Minecraft were only single player, I think I still would play almost just as much of it, but not nearly as consistently, you know? Like I wouldn't come back to it. Wouldn't be a forever game for me. I think the multiplayer aspect is really what like seats me in it. Grab some more coal real quick while we're down here. Looks like it's like all I got access to down this pathway. But I fought mobs to get here, damn it. I'm not going home empty-handed. I'm from around the way. I'm not leaving without something. But no, yeah, feeling inspired is... Oh, there's iron here, too. Okay. The gods have heard my cries, and they've answered with iron. Much appreciate. But yeah, multiplayer is such a driving factor. And like streaming also keeps me like active and going with it in that same sort of way, because it's like, I don't know, Minecraft is almost just as much like it's about creativity, it's about, you know, it's about expression, it's about like all of these things, but like most importantly, I think that it's just as much about unity. And this that is nowhere near a hot take, I don't think. Like I think they say this like every Minecraft live event. Um but it's just like, I don't know, I feel like the community is really what makes it, and like not just the community in the sense of like, man, I really enjoy other like the like Minecraft fandom as much as like, no, I enjoy like Bizcraft, I enjoy like other servers I'm on, I enjoy like streaming and talking to chat about Minecraft and the little corner of the earth the little corner of the community that like I inhabit personally is like, not that like other portions aren't equally as good, but it's just like the sense of community, you know? That like revolves around the thing is really what I think like ties my heart to it, if that makes any sense. Exactly. I'll see somebody upload like a video and I'll sit and I'll watch it and like I'll go, man, I want to play some Minecraft. You know? Like like especially like Hermitcraft does that for me a lot as like a larger scale like the Minecraft fandom thing. But I find that I get it from like I'll watch like like one of Sly's Fizzcraft episodes, or like I'll get like a TikTok from somebody like around in like our little corner of the community, and like I'll go, oh, that's really cool. I should load up my world for a minute and like, you know, I should load in and see what I can do with that. You know, that concept, or like, you know, even if I'm not directly inspired conceptually, where did he come from? Oh, up there. Even if I'm not really all that inspired, like conceptually by specifically what's going on, I find that like watching people have fun in this game like really makes me want to log. Like it is a treat, you know? Oof. Creeper actually kind of spooked me. I thought I was dead, dude. I'm so used to having a shield these days that it's like creepers don't worry me because I can always just right click and point toward them, you know, and I'll be fine. But I mean, oh right. Oh right, I can block with the sword. Oh, remember that this is Jesus Christ, it's been that long. I completely spaced that was like a thing that could be done. I remember using it, like, I never really used this, honestly. Like, I never really used it for its intended purpose. I would always just use it for, like, a, hey, what's up? Hey, what's good? Like, it was like crouching to me, where it's like, yo, what's good? It's like a little way of saying hello, a little wave. And I think that's a weird amount about the Minecraft community, too, is that, like, you know, forever and ever crouching at somebody is like a taunt, like in like almost every game. Like, wow, geez, my headphones just screamed at me. Like crouching is like a taunt typically, like a haha got you, like teabagging or like what have you. But like in Minecraft it's like a friendly hello, and I think like that's a nice addendum to like this point about community and like how different this game is. Green's new build has inspired my builds in general, just because I always go for pretty gardens with glass domes over them somewhere. Yeah. And like that greenhouse look is always like one of my favorite things. I've never really been able to pull it off myself. Like I've never gotten like a build I'm satisfied with it out of that sort of style. Like that I've put together with my own two hands, but seeing what other people do with it is just phenomenal. I have been keeping up with Grian though, and like I've noticed like that like there's this thing about Axiom. Everybody's using Axiom these days, and Axiom's good. Axiom's great, but I have one gripe with Axiom, and I find that like if you look at like the gradients and the terrain and the block usage on like Korean's terraforming with Axiom, and you look at like the same thing with like the same thing with why am I blanking on the same Tango? The same thing with Tango's Mountain, in Axiom and like things like that is that I find that it sort of has kind of made like the terrain look the same. Like everybody's terraforming sort of looks the same, and it's an awesome tool. And I don't want to like disparage it because it's like no. It's like it does lead to more efficient builds and more ease of design. But I find that like right now in these early stages, when everybody's like sort of like getting their bearings with it, I find a lot of like there's sort of like an Axiom look that you can sort of see some of the time, and I don't hate it. But like I do start to miss some of that like more originality in like the terrain. But that hasn't been nearly as much of a thing because it seems like this season for Hermitcraft, it seems like for those guys, they've like really taken a tilt in the like just kind of messing around direction, which I really enjoy. That makes the videos so digestible, like, and it's so easy to keep up with. Of like, because I remember in previous seasons, you would miss, at least for me, I'd miss like an episode or two, and then it would be, oh no, what did I miss over those episodes? Let me like go back and watch them. Let me like go back and look at like titles and thumbnails and figure out what I missed and be like, oh, several like weeks worth of build progress, you know, and like 10 in jokes. And like now it's like way less like that and more like, oh, what did I miss last week? Oh, this video is literally like 30 minutes of just like laughing and yucking it up. It's a good time. I'm still gonna watch it. But like I don't feel as like, oh no, I'm behind. You know? I always try things like Axiom and Lightmatica, but sometimes I go a little crazy building similar things twice. Part of my build process is experimenting with what looks cool. There's like winging it, maybe taking a little longer on the build. Yeah, I find that like I don't have a hard time in creative testing worlds, but like for builds, but like I do have a hard time rebuilding those builds via like Lightmatica. And so like as much as it can allow you to like achieve great things, unless I have like an insanely hyper specific vision in mind, I often tend to like do the same and just lean toward like, well, I'm just gonna sit and kind of get the materials I think I need, and I'll sit down and like scratch something out, you know? And then if it looks bad, I'll tear it down and build a new one. It's just the process of sitting and going like, okay, dirt goes here and here and here, and then I'm going to be placing outlines of stone. Not to mention, the Lightmatica, like, blue outlines are hard for me to look at least. They're like a huge eyesore. Like, they're nice for, like, if you're building something massive and want to, like, place it, like, to see what it would, like, get a good mock-up of, like, how it would look in that area. But, like, oof. Like, everything has its use. I don't want to, like, disparage, because like I have no ill feeling toward any of that, because I use all that stuff pretty frequently too. But it's just like, I don't know, there's something magical about just like whipping out a build, you know, taking the day, sitting down, going, I put brick there, I don't know if I really like the brick, I don't know if I'm committed to the brick, but the brick is here, you know. And then just sort of like that fallen tree, just sort of like letting inspiration strike and like letting it sort of build itself through your hands, you know, like let the build flow, if that makes any sense. It's real good. It really encourages the creative process, and like I find in those times I come up with ideas that like probably would not have struck me in like a creative sense if I was able to just like, because you get to view the build from like new angles and whatnot. Ooh, not up there. Am I out of torches? Okay, how much stone do I have? Cobblestone. 25? That can't be it, right? That is it. Okay. So here's what I'll do. Start chipping away at this cave in spaces, and then we'll figure out how much cobblestone I need. I'm probably just going to come back with like a stack, maybe? Maybe a stack would be good enough? Find out. Filling my build process is phases. There is certainly an experimenting phase somewhere in there. Absolutely, yeah. Because then there's the bit where like you've got it and you go, well, I do like the brick, but I don't like this. So let me like refine around that, and then you end up with something. Like, it really starts to, like, polish out. I like to think of it like, when I think of polishing off a build, I think of, like, how, like, shining bowling balls works. Where, like, you put it in a little, like, scrubber, and you just sort of, like, it rotates at, like, high speed, and you just sort of schlock all the imperfection off of it. And, like, it really, like, comes to a shine, you know, metaphorically. And I don't know, that's something I really appreciate about Minecraft survival, and I feel like, you know, I feel like for content creators, it makes a lot of sense to, like, yep, I built this ahead in creative, here it is. But, whoa! Okay, don't want to fall down there. Oh god, okay, alright, buddy. Alright, buddy, okay, I see how it is. The good news is I'm about to get way more cobblestone. Because here's what I'm gonna do about it. I'm gonna mine my way out. Wait, I can make more torches. I have everything I need to make more torches. What am I doing? Oh boy. Okay. Ah, there they are. Talk about this menu. This menu is in such an odd order. Oof, okay, I'm regenning. It's fine. Where you at, pal? There you are. Assuming that's the same skeleton. That might be a different skeleton. The thought of that is kind of upsetting. The idea that two skeletons could exist. Now, a zombie, that's far less upsetting. Come here, bud. Get over here. I got words for you, and by words, I mean swords. Get over here. Oh, shit, you did get over here.
Sometimes get option paralysis in creative and wish I didn't feel that way. Part of me prefers building in survival because sometimes limited.
Yeah. I totally get that. There have been... I used to be big into, like, drawing and illustrating when I was younger. And I find that, like, you know, and I've had, like, phases with things like writing, too, where it's, like, I don't know, staring at the creative menu and all the options is, like, almost worse than staring at a blank page for either of those, you know? Like, it's, like, the same kind of vibe, but, like, you've got all of the option in front of you, and so there's, like, come on, I can think of something, come on, and then you end up, like, or at least I do, I end up, like, sogged into that, like, or, like, I get, like, bogged down into that, sort of thought process a lot of, like, man, and just staring at, like, the creative menu and going, like, signs? I don't know. And then they're like, man, we got signs, we got 50 of them. And it's like, well, I didn't even know if I wanted to use, like, signs at all, but, like, with 50 options, you know? I don't know. It's good to be spoiled for choice. I'm glad all those blocks exist, but, like, having them splayed out in front of me always, like, sends me down, like, oh no, which one do I use? Where do I go? Okay. Thanks for the creeper tooltip. We've encountered those before. I love the little, like, tooltips. Those are my favorite thing about this. I don't like them as immediately. You know, I'm not a huge fan of, like, how, like, the first, like, couple minutes of the game are like, yeah, enjoy not having the top right fourth of your screen for, like, talking about, like, wood for the billionth time. But, like, you know, sometimes you get an interesting little don't get too close about the creepers or something, and that's a good time. Oh shit, note off. Welcome in. Sorry I missed you. I'm mining. I'm getting attacked from all sides here. How's it going? What's popping? Go down there. I got a couple torches. I could stand to go down there. Actually, let's go up here. Seems much more profitable. Yes, that's what I need. Exactly. Give me some of that. Oh, don't give me some of that. Get out of here. Shoot. Yeah, sure, that'll work. Take this guy's cobblestone. I do kind of need that. Okay, we're starting to get kind of low into the earth for our go-get cobblestone trip. And there goes the music again. Dude, Minecraft music is... Oh, C418 really knocked the ball out of the park. And Lana Rain is, like, keeping up nicely. I remember when they announced her for, like, for the Minecraft soundtracks for the Nether update, I think is the first one that she did. Maybe before that, though. But, where's my little wooden bridge? There's my little wooden bridge. Mine up to it, shall we? But I remember when they announced her for that, and at that time I had, like, just finished Celeste. And so, like, I was on the ball for that. I was absolutely down for that. But unfortunately, I think that as much as I enjoy the newer, like, Monorain stuff and, like, the other composers they've brought in, nothing quite matches the C418 vibes for me. Nothing quite gets there. But, like, you know, it's not that it doesn't match it, it just doesn't quite feel the same. It's like Minecraft music is split into two very good, distinct eras for me. I still remember the cave layout where I found my first diamonds. The Minecraft is seeded into me. Yeah. It's like... It's crazy the kind of, like, memories this game generates, you know? Because, like, I don't know, it's such a... like, a riveting experience. Especially for the time it came out. Like, I think that Minecraft could have worked if you released it 20 years ago. It could have worked... Jesus Christ, it almost was released 20 years ago. Like, we're coming up... We did, like... What was it, like 15 was the number? Last time? The last anniversary? We're not far off from this game being 20, which I don't want to think about, because I've been playing it for that long. Just about. Give or take a year or two. And so, like... Either way, we're coming up on 20 of them. But this game could have came out, like... Assuming computers could handle it, you know, and they could, but, like... You know, theoretically, this game, as is, could have dropped 20 years before it did, and 20 years after it did, and I think it would be just right. I don't think it's, like, a right place, right time thing, necessarily, as much as, like, it definitely came at the right time for me, at least. And, like, the state the internet was in created such an interesting, like, set of, like, roots for this game, I think. I think that, like... I think the early communities in games like this, especially in games like this that are like creative, and like mostly community driven, I think it's like entirely pretty much deterministic on like, you know, where am I? Did I come out there? I came out the wrong side, huh? Do I have my map? Do not have my map. That, by the way. Did those fall? Oh, they did fall. I thought they were just generated around like that. That would have been interesting. What was I saying? Oh, the early community bits of this.
Yo, thanks for the sub, Chillerby.
Speaking of anniversary, yeah. But this game could have come out 20 years before, 20 years after, and I think it would have done just as well. But I think it came at just the right time for itself to become what it is. I don't know if that tracks at all. But, like, the way the community was in, like, 2010 lined up so much with, like, where the internet as, like, a whole was at, in my opinion, where it's like... Oh, I know where I am now. It's that way. It lined up so much with where the internet as a whole was creatively, because at that time, like nothing really got like financial yet. Like YouTube was in 2010, YouTube was either just or just on the verge of cross our little bridge. Either just now or like on the verge of like starting to put up like a partner program into action. And like so like nobody was making real money off their creative efforts on the internet all that heavy. And you know, I find that led to like the internet just being stuffed with creatives who like are just ecstatic about the fact that the internet is a place to create, you know, where the whole world can see, rather than like stuck on like this is a place where I can create and make money doing it, which seems to be where like the vibes have flown since. And while that's not like awful, like looking out for yourself financially and like being excited that like oh man I can make money doing what I love, I could like have people see it and like I could make a career of it. That's awesome, you know. Sort of like a semi death of the starving artist thing, but like before that it was so like creative in like a well here's what I think is cool and I'm hoping it resonates with somebody. Look at that sunset. Wow, I might die trying to cross over to that sunset. But look at that sunset. Um and Minecraft being the block game that it was just allowed that like zany sort of all over the place creativity that the internet was known for at the time to just blossom and like funnel right into this little cube game perfectly. And I think that did a lot to shape what Minecraft is and what Minecraft was, you know. And I think that's great. I think it's like genuinely kind of awesome. Bro, don't hit me. Bro, look out. I'm just trying to go home. I just want to go home, man. I just want to go home. But yeah, it's so I don't know. I'm kind of going off on a ramble, but it's so unique for what it is. How tempting it is to build this thing out of cobble. Very tempting. Let me get another furnace down. Bring me a furnace. The world's furnace, dude. And then I'll put what I have in cobblestone stock in there. And then we need food. Then I either need food or need to die, which I'm leaning toward need to die so that I can go get food. Yeah, I think that's the schmaneuver. 17 levels though? Don't throw out 17 levels. Okay. Here's what I'll do. I'll put some stuff away. Do a little animal hunting. And then I'll get some seeds going. And we'll really be on our way. Let's go do it. I think if I just come across the water here, I should be able to stumble upon some animals pretty quick. Actually, no, let me get a boat. Let me get a boat going. Maybe they're not as bad as just straight swimming is. Maybe they did something to them in this version to make it more usable. Where would a boat be? I think under transportation, probably. Yeah. Come on. My boat. Thank you.
I feel like it released at the perfect time where online creators are really starting to have a platform on the internet. Minecraft is arguably
The game to be creative on. Exactly. I find that like Minecraft is such like an outlet, you know? Let's see. Oh yeah, this is quicker. This is quicker by just a little bit, thank goodness. Let's head over here. See what's going on over here. But I find Minecraft to be like the creative outlet. Like you said, it's genuinely like the game to be creative on. Oh, we're auto-saving in a sec. Try to get flashbang. Not really, this is about the same brightness. When it happens in a cave... Now that's a different story. What happens if I crash this boat? Oh, wow. Oh, wow, it didn't even make it to shore. Buddy didn't even make it. Okay. See what we can do over here as far as animals are concerned. Oh, the woes of living on an island. I gotta travel out a ways. Whoa, this is flat. This is a nice little area. If I'd seen this first, I might have started deforesting. I'm a sucker for, like, flat forest landscapes and just clear the trees, build a thing. You know? Maybe it's because of the area of the country I'm from is so forested, so you just basically have to do that to put anything down anywhere. But, like, the look of, like, a little, like, area carved out of the forest is so good to me. Jeez, dude, is there no animal? Oh, pig! Pig in the tree! Pig in the... Well, I found one! Oh, genius. Absolute genius. Okay, how are these doing? Good? Good. See what we can do to get some stuff going here. I didn't bring anything with me I wasn't prepared to lose, so I'm happy to lose out on that. We need to make some house progress too, though, so it's about time. I was really only going to go solve that hunger thing because I was on the verge of death, and so death kind of saved me a little bit. I just didn't want to kill myself for it, you know? So I figured I'd actually go out and search. But yeah, no, this game is such a creative outlet. And speaking of, like, interesting internet creative outlets, I've seen, like, talks and tells about, like, the indie web recently, and, like, people starting their own, like, NeoCities sites. And so I started a NeoCities site, and then quickly remembered I forgot all of the HTML and CSS that I taught myself in high school. And so that, like, is going to be a big work in progress for me for a while. So I don't know if I'm really ready to hand out links. But the indie web initiatives that people have been putting on are pretty dope, I think. I find that stuff super cool. The idea of the internet becoming less about social media and returning back to form of being sort of can't really make stone tools right now, huh? Okay. The idea of, like, the indie web being sort of brought back and, like, talked about so heavily is like really interesting to me, because I've, like, ever since I was a kid, I was like, man, I can't wait to have my own, like, this is the internet I grew up on. Like, you can kind of see it where it's like, you know, and you'll see it as I tell the story of, like, at the time it was all forums and websites, and, like, YouTube had started, but, like, was only, like, less than a year in. And so, like, at that time, I was like, man, I can't wait to have my own site, dude. It's gonna be great to have my own website, you know. And, like, having my own little corner of the internet has been, like, a dream of mine for a little while. It's just, in my adult life, it's just never been practical. I've never had anything to start a website for, you know. But, like, now with this, like, indie web thing going on, I figure, you know, whatever, let's do it. Now, to find out where they put stone bricks menu, I think that would be under here. Yeah, dude, perfect. Oop. Keep going for the wrong keys again. Doom doom. Okay, then I can. Am I doing the floor in these, or am I just? No. Let me do the outside, and then I think I know what I'm gonna do for the floor. Oh, how quaint. How nice. And then for the flooring, here's what I'm thinking. Stay with me here. 3, and then how many planks? Aha! I'll use these. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. In sort of a checker. Is what I'm thinking. I think I'm gonna have to make more. There we go. Can I convert them to slabs too? Do I do the whole thing in slabs as far as I can do it? I think so. Let's fill in 1, 2, and 3 here. We'll see how this looks. I think this will look pretty quaint. I think this will look pretty interessante. I missed it. Just a little bit. Got a bare-handed breaker here. There we go. Oh, okay. I cannot place it around the bed. I'm gonna have to take the bed out. What a shame. And then log, 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 log. And there we go. That's all the logs. And then, dang, I made too many? Really? Not all the logs. There goes a log in the corner. There goeth. And then fill those in. And yeah, look at that. Look at that. A little rudimentary little pattern is formed. Very interesting. Very interesting. All right. Got more of this. Should have a few more of these. I'm thinking I go and I build a little couple of windows. Door. Yeah. Then a couple walls, and then there we go. Ooh, let me come get some of these. We're gonna need some of these. Need for these, dude. There we go. And then put the bed back down now, I think. Yep. And I wait for those trees to grow. Otherwise, I can take a trip out tomorrow and go get more. I think I will, because I need the food, too. Need to be a food dude. I think what I'll do is I'll take 2 of these for the purposes of making an axe. And then... Dude, I keep going for spacebar. Keep trying to get, like, spacebar to do it. But nah, it's just the mouse click. Alright. Gonna be a humble little abode. Oh, heck yeah. See if we can't get the walls up here. Take a little trip out. Ah, man, I could use another boat. Too bad about my last boat, really. Too bad. But if it's just gonna shatter, I don't want to take more of the house down, you know? Waste more of my precious resources on boating. So I think I'll just try and cut it straight across here. Not think about it super hard, about how slow I'm maneuvering. But yeah, playing around with this version's been pretty sick. Honestly, it's been a pretty good time. I want to see about... What's going on with that tree? Did I cut half a tree down, or did a creeper go off over here? Let's go find out. That doesn't look like any tree I cut down, but maybe it is. Go and find out. Probably grab some sand too for the glass. Fast as hell, dude. Ooh, looks like some kind of fire or explosion or something. Not my fault, but I will reap the benefits and take the top off that tree. Now, these stone bricks will continue to come in handy. I'm gonna need more of them for roofing, I think. I think I want to use them to line the roof. You know, make this a true, like, classic little Minecraft hut. Look at it across the water over there. Oh, how nice. Keep cutting back this forest. See what I can do to do that. But no, yeah, I find myself playing these, like, older, more obscure versions of the game over the like, current release. Even though, like, I don't know, there's still some really interesting stuff being done. I do think the new... I watched, for anybody who like, couldn't tune in, Minecraft Live was the other day. Or yesterday, I think. And I saw it. That's how scrambled my days are, is that I don't even know if it was yesterday. But, like, I saw it, I watched it, it was great, it was a good time. Minecraft Dungeons 2 got announced, that looked pretty good. But, like, the announcement for the next drop, Cubes and Chaos, or Cubes of Chaos? Something like that, is coming. It's on its way. And it's got these sulfur caves, which I think are super interesting. But in those sulfur caves are these little, like, sulfur cube guys. And they can be used like a ball for minigames, is what I was seeing. So I'm like, I'm super hopeful for that. I want to design a bunch of, like, sulfur ball courses, you know, like mini golf, but with, like, the sulfur blocks, or not sulfur blocks, but sulfur cubes. And with slimes and magma cubes, I mean, there's already precedent for, like, put another little cube in there. Hey, I saw someone on Twitter said that, like, thank you, Mojang, for finally giving us a ball that doesn't, like, scream in pain and die. Which I think is really fun, which are really funny way to put, like, to think about, like, armadillo ball games and things like that. Because, like, every other mob that has been used as a ball has been, like, not great, because, like, they can die. And so, like, what do you do if your ball literally dies in the middle of the game? You know? You have to have a way to dispense a new one, and so, like, you gotta have, like, breeding on tap, and, like, with those, it seems like it's really easy to just, like, get a couple more, you know, and be able to, like, prevent them from dying a horrible death at your hands for the sake of the game. And so it's kind of encouraged me to want to come back in and, like, work around it, you know? Okay, I got over a stack of logs. I think I'm just about sold on the amount of wood we have. Now we can head back. See about getting the rest of these walls up. And a roof over our head. Maybe even just a ceiling for the time being. Then have roof part 2. When we come back. If we come back. I say if we come back, I didn't sit down. Full transparency. I sat down today with the intention that, like, yeah, I'll boot up Legacy Console Edition. Maybe I'll play a tutorial world or something real quick. You know, I'll have, like, a funny little look at the skins, and I still do want to have a funny look at the skins at some point. But I'll have a funny little look at the skins, I'll look through the menus, but genuinely, I sat down and it enraptured. I've got, like, a world going now. A world I wouldn't mind continuing, excuse me. And so, like, I think I'll come back next time. Leave the actual roofing for next time, and then we'll, like, expand on our little island. Put a little dock, couple little docks, maybe one to hook up to go to there, one to hook up to go to there, one to hook up to go there, and just make it a real good time. I think this would be a pretty dope little series. And again, I sat down with the thought that, like, this would be a oneer. Like, I'd sit down, play some Legacy Console, you know, see what's good. But genuinely, I've been craving a Minecraft, like, world to run on stream for, like, a minute now. And so it's real good to have come in on, like, what was supposed to be a oneer and fallen directly into doing one. You know, because, like, I fear that's what's happening to me, is I'm starting to, like, get a little attached and want to continue. But I'm starting to like also run a little thin on time, so I gotta wrap somewhere. Okay, I think what I want is stone slab ceiling is what I'm thinking. That's my thought process, is stone slab ceiling. I don't know if that would be good or bad. Maybe it'll look awful. But I'm kind of digging the textures that I've involved in this build. A lot of wood planks in it, unfortunately, but or fortunately, depending on how you think about wood planks, I guess. Because I like the wooden plank texture. I just think there's quite a bit of it. Oh my god, maybe I didn't need 42 of them. Or maybe I did, jeez. And there. Now I take... I don't have a pickaxe. I'm gonna have to put those on the cook. Make me one real quick. I love the, like, I need to make iron tools, not because, like, I'm ready to upgrade to iron, but because I need to upgrade to iron. Otherwise... Like, I need to upgrade to iron, otherwise Doors don't stack? Wow, we're in that kind of territory, huh? But... What was I saying? Oh, I'm using iron tools not because I, like, am ready to upgrade, but I'm using iron tools because I'm using all my stone in the build. Okay, so I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 8, 12, 13, 14. I need 14 glass panes. So 16 will give me not quite enough, I don't think. No, 16 will be enough, yeah. 3, 4, 5, and 6. And that should make 16 glass panes. If my math is correct. They might make 6. In which case, uh-oh. Because that would be 4, 8, 12, 6, 12, and then we'd have like 4 extra after those two. Thank you. And then cook this for me, please. Now we have some food. My hotbar is a mess again, though. I can't help but notice. Let's go ahead and sort that. Sort of put that there. And then I'll make a sword, and we'll have a sword, and my work here will be done as far as making a set of tools goes. And there we go. Oh, and just in time, too. And with just enough fuel. Wonderful. Ah, here we go. Yep, 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Old glass texture. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And there's our little house. Look at that, everybody. We still gotta put a roof on it. It's kind of ugly. It's got kind of a forehead for the outside without like a proper roof on it. But I promise you that roofing foreheadedness will go away. We'll get past that. Once I get back from whence I go, because I gotta kind of get the heck out of here. It's already it's noon? Oh gosh, it's noon. Yeah. So I'm gonna go get me some lunch. I'm gonna go spend time with friends and family. Make it a nice sort of evening. I think we made hella progress here, though. We've made like super progress. We've got like a little thing. We built like that fallen tree thing over there that we can't go see. Or that we can't see from this angle, but we could go see. And yeah, we're really like leaving a mark on the world, I think. You know? Oh! I'm falling in the water. Let me out. Let me out of here. Alright, but let's go back inside where it's nice and pretty at, and we can pretend the roof is on. Because this part is done, pretty much. This is This is just about a finished build. I might put some decorations and things in here as we go, but like as far as like structurally, I think we've got like pretty much the entire baseline of it down. Let's go ahead and save game, exit game, exit and save. Always double down. You never know what could happen. Who knows? Maybe you forgot that you saved in the last 2 seconds, like I do, or forgot that that option exists. Anyway, thank you everybody for being here. It really means a lot to see so many faces, and see the faces that I did see especially. And yeah, it's been great conversation, a great time, great building, great gameplay, great time, great fun. I already said that. But yeah, no, check out my socials, check out things like that. I don't know how to do this promo stuff anymore at the end of these. Oh, raids! Right, I'm supposed to raid. That's what the next step is. Who's live? Looks like Dark's doing a charity stream. Anybody else live? Oh, it's a Water Warriors event. I owe the Water Warriors a great deal because I said I would participate in their event last year, and I did not participate in their event because scheduling was kind of. I agreed before I knew what scheduling looked like, and all the scheduling was events that would be happening like at like 2 a.m. for me. So we're gonna raid Dark. We're gonna see what they're up to. Say hi, be nice, do what you can to be a friendly member of the chat, as you have been here. I have no doubts. And yeah, it's been a really good stream, everybody. Thanks for showing. I'll be back again, maybe tomorrow, even. Who knows? But definitely before the end of the week. As it is the top of the week, I'll definitely be back before the end of the week. Anyway, catch you on the flip side, guys.